Hey y'all, it's Amber
and Clara.
Welcome to Need for Reality, where the mixers are loud, the takes are hotter than the oven, and the drama never disappoints.
Grab a glass of wine, coffee, or whatever is around you, preheat to 350, and let's get into it. Welcome back, you guys, to another episode of Need for Reality. What's up, Amber?
Not too much, Clara. What's up with you?
Oh, just learning the ins and outs of how to podcast 101.
There are a lot of outs. Lots of learning this week.
I don't know if you guys know this, but apparently when you launch a podcast and launch all the social media with it, it takes a lot of work.
It's almost like having a part-time job on top of having a full-time job.
On top of all the hobbies that we're doing.
I know. I don't know how we made time for this.
I don't know either.
But I'm really glad we did.
I am too. I would like to thank all our listeners in this first week. The feedback I got was that we're really cool. And this was a great idea.
It was a great idea. We have wonderful opinions.
We really do. So I mean, let's just dive into our weeks real quick. What did you do this week? I didn't see you at all.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
It is.
Because I normally see you twice a week. But I did see Corbin twice this week instead. Corbin, who we forgot to introduce last week, is our fantastic producer. She and I went down to the cherry blossoms at the tidal basin. And did you know that they're white?
Cherry blossoms?
Yeah.
You didn't know cherry blossoms were white petals?
Bro, the advertising for the cherry blossoms are pink. So I'm walking my happy booty down there thinking I'm going to see some pink flowers in the trees. No. They were white. And Ben, who knows a lot about plants, was like, yeah, Amber, what did you think they were going to be? Pink. The advertising for the cherry blossom stuff is pink. I call for a rebrand.
I think there are the buds are pink, right? And then they blossom into I think there's different types of cherry blossoms. Are there not?
Ben is not here to confirm nor deny if that statement is true. But I mean, eventually they might turn pink. I was just wanted more pink.
That's fair.
From the tidal basin.
That's really fair. That's actually really funny. If you too thought that the cherry blossoms were meant to be pink and you were bamboozled,
yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah. Just like me. But the other place I saw Corbin was a book club. So Corbin and I have been in a book club for over a year with some of my coworkers, and our book/movie was Project Hail Mary.
What'd you think?
I loved it, but here's how I do my book club rankings. How accurate is the book to the movie? And I would say overall, it did a really good job. They made some creative differences, but they stayed pretty book accurate. And I just love seeing Ryan Gosling on a big screen, let me tell you.
I love Ryan Gosling. So would you tell our listeners to go?
Oh, 100%. And I also recommend reading the book because I felt like the movie didn't give enough detail.
Okay.
And as a girl who doesn't understand science, obviously we're podcasting, we're creative little ladies. I needed to actually see what the heck these theories were. And I'm glad that I watched it before reading it. And I was like, oh.
You kind of see things more in your head when you're reading?
I just felt like it answered more questions because I was asking. Obviously, Ben saw it at the same time I did. And I'm trying to ask him questions. He's looking at me like, I don't know what you're the one reading the book. You told me.
It's the worst. It's oh, this is your first time too, but
I know, but I'm a girl. I got a lot of questions.
So many questions.
Throw back to again our road trip. I'm asking Siri so many questions because your girl has a lot of questions.
That is true. That is true. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed that. I definitely want to see it. Isn't the whole entire premise is he's gonna go save the sun or something like that? Okay.
The sun is dying.
Okay, but my question for you is, how would you feel being in space for however many years and not hugging a single person?
Well, I would never go to space because heck no. And again, I wouldn't. I'm definitely a physical touch kind of gal. I mean, even when Ben and I are sitting on the couch, I'm like, just in case, hold my hand.
Oh, no.
But, there are points in the movie where Ryan tries to hug Rocky, and I'm like, "That's so sweet."
It's really
And
funny.
Rocky's like, "What are you doing? I don't understand."
That's how my cat reacts every time I touch her. She's like, "Get the heck off of me, peasant."
She's like, "Bye, give me my space."
That's so funny. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Did you
Yeah,
get popcorn?
obviously.
Some good popcorn, some movie theater popcorn.
And if you go to the Alamo, which is where Ben and I watched it, they have a Project Hail Mary themed pizza, and it
Ooh.
was honestly really good. It was like pepperoni, hot honey. It's like I'm a big thin crust gal, so it was on a thin crust. It was really good.
I actually love hot honey. That sounds so good.
I know you talked about going. Have you gone?
No. To the Alamo
Girl,
or to see the movie
to see
yet?
the movie.
Oh, no. I haven't had time to.
Fair. Again, we just said we had a lot of movies.
I I did a little bit of like my own Bachelorette journey this week, I would like to
Ooh,
say.
do
I
tell.
feel
Let me
like
just readjust myself in my seat.
I feel like because Taylor Frankie Paul season of The Bachelorette got canceled, now I have like a reason to do my own, which is actually very exhausting. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I went on a date on Monday, and that was I had a great date. But you just feel like there's not that much chemistry there, and like
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna ghost him, so I did the responsible thing. Still made me feel crappy,
Yeah.
but it is actually reasonable to not ghost someone. Just send the text, "Hey, didn't feel it." So that was fine.
Mm.
Tuesday had a really great date. It was a lot of fun. We played darts. I love a good dart. I totally whooped his ass in darts.
Ay.
So had a good time on that. And then what else did I do this week? Maybe I took a break on Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, I had to watch our show that we're gonna recap on here
Girl, I
soon,
know.
and yeah. Oh, I did a run this weekend. It was really nice. It was really cold. If you are not in Virginia right now, the weather sucks. It keeps going from hot to cold, hot to cold. My heater doesn't know what to do. My thermostat's like kinda like,
I know, that's why I've
"Where are
left
you?"
mine at 67. I'm just like,
Mine's literally at
it'll
6
turn on when it needs to and just stays off when it doesn't need to get
it's
on.
at 62.
Ew.
It's
Why why are you in the tundra?
I sweat very
I
easily.
don't care, that is disgusting. Sweat, bitch, sweat.
I'm saving money here. I live by myself.
There we go. Get a fan.
I will. But it's like, no, like it's at 62, like the heat will turn on if it goes below 62.
You still said 62.
I know.
I would prefer my house at 72, but I do share this space with another human being who also sweats.
Just my mother told me, which if my mom's listening to this, Mom, shout out to you. She was like, put our layer on. And so we just
Put on
put on our layer.
Shout out parents for the advice.
Thank you, Christine. But then I went on a really nice date today with a guy that I've been seeing a few times. My friend describes him as Ash from Pokemon.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're gonna call him the Pokemon catcher, I guess.
All
So
right.
that'll be his name. But it was a great time. But I definitely did see some cherry blossoms like on my way bopping around town and on my run, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, I hate this time of the year because there's so many tourists in the city and like, I just can't.
I feel like cherry blossom season is like the beginning of tourism in the DMV
100%.
because after it's just downhill,
It is.
everyone's coming to visit. I
can't.
understand, but still.
I'm glad you enjoy my city, but when you're going down the elevator, make sure you stay to the right so that people on the left can just skedaddle down.
Yeah, especially because your girl doesn't mess around when she's on the metro elevators and you gotta move.
Yeah, get going places.
I've got places to be,
That train is
people to see. I gotta catch that train.
well, I'm glad your week was like kind of drama free.
I wouldn't say drama free. There had its moments. I work with sorority aged women, and sometimes they keep me in the loop of their drama, and I'm like, ooh. Shout out to the AOPI chapter of George Mason. Love you, ladies.
They are loyal listeners now
They
of our
are.
one episode.
Period. Shout out, Nika.
You know whose life was not drama free this week?
I'm gonna assume someone from the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
100%, and I think that is where we will dive into first.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. And if you guys haven't listened to the Jessi interview on Call Her Daddy, let me tell you, I was rolling in my car while I was listening to it. I was shocked about all the tea she was spilling.
Okay, maybe let's recap. If you have not listened to Jessi on Call Her Daddy, she revealed some details about her pending divorce from Jordan. She told Jordan that she wanted a divorce on March 13th, Friday, March
Mhm.
13th,
She said it is the scariest day of the year. Why not
you
drop
know.
this bomb on you?
She alleges that she brought up the filing for divorce before Jordan ran to the courthouse on March 19th.
Yeah, because she was in LA. What a chicken he is.
What a chicken. And she found out via TMZ that he was divorcing her, and even though he was like, "Oh, I didn't talk to TMZ,"
Eye roll.
he gave a statement to TMZ.
Like, what? I can't believe he didn't even have the audacity to tell Jesse himself. I think that just proves what a little boy he is.
Well, it's that, and then also, like, I guess there was something about her having a clause in the divorce that she wasn't allowed to do any podcasts, but because she had not signed it, she was free to go and call her daddy. She was
Mhm.
free to do whatever she wanted.
Right. I didn't even think that made it all the way through, but I guess, I mean, I haven't seen the divorce papers or it sounded like they were still pending, I guess,
I
when she was
guess
on. But
so.
anyways, I'm glad that that didn't go through.
Yeah. Um A temporary restraining order was also filed on Jesse, and Jordan during the pending divorce case. I'm pretty sure that got denied. So, like,
It
that's
did.
yeah,
I
okay.
did see, well, online that it was denied, which I don't even understand why he would want to put a restraining order on Jesse anyways. I feel like when we hear of Jesse and Jordan, it's the emotions behind it.
Mhm.
It's not a physical thing. So I was thinking, why Jordan? Like, what was the purpose of trying to do this restraining order on her?
Yeah. What was one of, like, your top 2 shocking things from the Call Her Daddy interview?
Escort was number one. I
Mhm.
was like, I don't even know how to get. I'm not that I'm getting an escort service, but I was like, how does one even find this?
Well, ever.
I could ask Jordan.
Yeah. That will be our first interview. Tell us, how did you look it up?
The girls need to know.
Well, you know about Ashley Madison, don't you? Like that, like,
Oh yeah,
website?
I watched the documentary about it on Netflix.
Yeah, that's kind of escorty.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's like escorty, like,
But see, but I wouldn't know that to
that's
go there. You know what
yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
but I'm also not actively looking for
Help.
one. So
Escort service near me.
5 stars only.
What's the other thing that surprised you?
I'm having a brain fart.
The orgies.
Oh my god, yeah.
Mhm. But, like,
But what is in the water? Why is everyone, like, all up in each other's business over there?
well,
But I guess that it also sounded like he was doing that when he was on business trips.
ugh. How now
Weird.
that's what I wanna know. Orgies near me. Yo.
5 stars only.
Yeah. But, like, you really have to be seeking out and then, like, I guess I guess what really troubles me is apparently, allegedly, in the divorce papers, he tells her that he's divorcing her because of her cheating, and that was with the whole entire Marciano thing. But, like, if Jesse has receipts on the orgies and the escorts and everything, wouldn't you be a little bit smarter about that? Or is it in Utah that you need to have a fault in the marriage? Someone has to have a fault in the marriage to get divorced.
That's what I'm thinking.
Mhm.
Just because of the religion that dominates that state, I believe, it would lead me to believe that they would kinda need, like, the proof that in some sort of infidelity happened, but even if she showed them the receipts, the escort stuff happened
Mhm.
before the Marciano thing, so she ain't at fault, and that's on period.
Period. Um Let's see. Court documents also obtained by People show that one party filed for a restraining order on March 20th. Oh, that's what we just talked
Yeah.
about. That order was, opposed the same day. Jordan, allegedly also did have some emotional abuse, which we kind of saw on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Mhm.
And Jessi talked about her regret over plastic surgery decisions.
Yeah, that made me sad.
I think we touched on that last week, but like,
I felt like it was kind of confirming to hear,
mhm,
right? Like, you're seeing these people change how they look because they kinda wanna fit what society is telling them to do, so the fact that she was like, "I did this because this is what I thought I needed," to then say, "Oh, I didn't really need this because I
yeah,
look back 2 seasons and I look fine, I look amazing." And I
yeah,
don't and honestly, I mean, she looks fantastic now too,
mhm,
but I think it's also cool that she's normalizing the regret
mhm,
after because I feel like a lot of people talk about the greatness of plastic surgery but
yeah.
not all plastic surgeries turn out well.
Well, her recovery was terrible,
Mhm.
and so I think that just really fucked with her mind of, like, my face does not look like my face.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she's gorgeous, but I will say, like, it is very drastic to see what she was season 1, 2, and 3 and, like, what
Yeah.
she is now. Even season 4, she was gorgeous.
Yeah.
So, I know not all of it will be reversible, and I'm sure she's terrified to get, like, anything taken out of her face because of how
Yeah.
much the recovery time, but it did break my heart. It makes you think twice about going to a doctor who just kinda wants your money, I feel like
Yeah.
some doctors will definitely be like, "In your best interest, this is what you need,"
Yeah.
or "This is what you could use, but you don't absolutely need it."
And I think it's also a great reminder that, yes, they are people in a show, but
Mhm.
they're also human
Yeah.
beings with real emotions. She's in the comments, she's hearing the stuff.
Yeah.
So obviously that was the reaction to it. So poor Jessie.
Made me sad.
Yeah.
Um,
But it was uplifting at the same time. I mean, it was a good message. Like
yeah.
you don't need to change yourself. Only do it if you like if it really brings that joy into your life.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I hope that she takes some time to really think about what her next moves are. Of course, when we were making this timeline, the news had not come out about her making out with Chase.
Oh my gosh. I
How
was
small
like
is Utah?
but that's the thing. I feel like Utah is a huge
I
state.
mean,
There
there's
are multiple fish in the sea out there, and you pick Chase?
yeah. So, for those who may have not seen, which if you have not seen, we get it, but, apparently there was a party that happened quite recently where, Jesse and Chase were, like, shown talking, and they were kinda getting a little cozy, and they made out. Now, Chase went and told Miranda,
Mhm.
and, Miranda is Chase's baby mama, baby daddy. They're
Mhm.
divorced as
Right,
well, so
yeah.
ex-husband. And Jessie, I think, wasn't gonna say anything until she found out
Oh,
that
100%.
Chase told her. So, Jessie sent Miranda flowers apologizing, and then, of course, Miranda makes that miraculous video that's just like, "Everyone getting in line for my baby daddy."
Yeah, I was like, "Oh my gosh, you do that." And it's just like, ew. Like, first of all, that's also your friend's baby daddy, but
100%.
Taylor's already been after him. Like, didn't Layla kiss him at
Yeah.
some point? So who are we missing? Michaela?
Well, she's all the way in Los Angeles, so we
That's
just gotta
true.
make sure that man stays out of Los Angeles.
I don't foresee him going to LA anytime soon, so I think we're pretty safe. But okay, so if Jen and Michaela and um who else is going out? There was 3 of them, right?
Jen, Michaela, is Layla moving to LA?
I think
Yeah,
well,
Layla's moving to LA,
so
I
then
think.
that who lives in Utah? Jesse, Miranda, Taylor. Well, and then obviously Whitney's doing her thing.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just the 3 of them.
Yeah,
Okay, I
so
think Chase is done making out with the wives, mom talk.
cute. But that also brings us to, apparently they're doing a new show. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, the OC version, is in the works. Um, it's confirmed that Jen Affleck is the only cast member of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives doing this new reboot. 9 new women will be cast. And the timing feels very, we need to pivot away from the chaos in Utah.
And I don't blame them. I mean, they obviously set money aside to do the show, so
Mhm,
might as well go somewhere else. But what I gathered, I don't know if it was from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I think it
mhm.
was from season 1. They said that Utah Mormons are different than Mormons across the US. So
Yeah.
I'm very curious that if they kind of touch into that in this OC version
Oh my gosh, like the
because it's
Cali Mormons.
yeah, because I mean, Jen's going to be bringing the Utah and hopefully some of the ladies come along compared to California. I wonder if they'll be like, yeah.
We don't wear garments, dude.
Who's the guy who led the Mormons? John Adams is the president, but I don't I'm glad you know your presidents. He was number 2.
Um, it was John something.
John Smith?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
John Smith.
Who ran the Mormons? Please hold.
Please hold.
Joseph Smith.
Joseph Smith.
Joseph Smith Jr. in 1830.
Hmm. They're probably like, yeah, Joseph Smith, bruh.
That's my dog. Before we move on to our next topic, Taylor Frankie Paul and Dakota.
Yes.
Apparently she's being investigated for a third domestic violence allegation tied to this past incident that also got her thrown off ABC with the Bachelorette.
Ay, ay.
We talked about how like season 5 filming is paused, and Jessi also confirmed that they had not seen the video. They had heard rumblings about it and what was in it.
Oh, okay.
So, but they said that we feel like we're so like uncomfortable with filming, and also this is like, yes, they show like a lot of the stuff that happens in their lives, but like I feel like this is very close to home that like it's almost too personal for the public to get out about it.
I agree, and I know that when you step into like shows like Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, Bachelorette,
Mhm,
like obviously you know you're going to lose some privacy because now you're becoming famous. Like
mhm.
people just want to know more about you, but I think that does cross the line of, you know, that's just a little too far. The
Yeah.
public doesn't need to. I mean, obviously the public will find out about these charges because that's public information, but they don't actually need to know the details.
Yeah.
That should be between them and the people who are investigating it, and it should just be at that.
Yeah. Apparently Dakota has custody over Ever right now. I
Mhm.
don't know what the rest of the story is with Taylor Frankie Paul's other children with her other husband.
I would just assume that they're with him because if Ever is with Dakota because of the video,
Mhm.
then I'm assuming that well, I feel like I need the internet now to confirm
Mhm.
what's going on over there, but I would assume it'd be reciprocated.
100%. I don't know. I
We're just
need cameras
speculating.
in right now. But yeah, I mean, that's a lot of the drama that's happening with the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Jessi did say she does think that Dakota leaked that TMZ video.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I feel like that's just the dynamic of the relationship and him wanting to one up her in a sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll keep on reporting back if we hear it. But I mean, nothing else has come out. We still don't know if ABC's ever going to release the footage.
But I think, see online that she's still getting paid the salary as if
That's ridiculous.
I agree. It's not being aired. They
No.
should be withholding pay. But
Yeah.
again, these ads I saw, I'm pretty sure on like Facebook. So let's proceed with caution. But it would be a little, counterintuitive that they're still paying her. But I guess it goes all back to the contract.
Yeah.
If they said from this to this, you'll still get paid. Girl, get your coin, I
I
guess.
wanna know what's in that contract so badly. I would do sick shit to
Do
read
you
that contract.
do you think ABC is now going to put in new clauses because of all this shindig that's happened with Taylor Frankie Paul?
I don't know. Well, did you see that they think Maura Higgins? I think Maura Higgins might be the new
I love
Bachelorette.
Maura I love Maura Higgins. Oh my gosh, she was fantastic on Traitors. I was like, "You make my heart melt. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet."
Oh my gosh, and
She just
when we would get, like, a Rob cameos.
Oh, that'd be great.
So much.
I love him so much too. I just his eyes are so pretty.
So pretty. So, I mean, watch this space because if she goes on The Bachelorette,
Oh, we are definitely recapping that.
thank goodness we did not change our
I know,
logo.
right? This is why we had to keep the rose. Gotta stay close to our roots.
Do you have any other thoughts on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives or Taylor Frankie Paul or Jessi on Call Her Daddy?
I am just curious to see. Just have a feeling that more news is going to come out this week. I feel like it's just a hot topic, especially because, the season is still, well, I know it's on Hulu, but airing.
Yeah,
People are still watching it. I think people are really close and following it. So I have a feeling that this isn't going to be our last report on it.
I can't wait. Okay, well, we will then transition over to Love Overboard.
So, Clara, we challenged ourselves to watch a whole season of Love Overboard in what,
Yeah,
3
let's
days?
never do that ever again.
But because we did do that, let's dive into it.
Let's do it. Coming from Alex Cooper's Unwell Productions and hosted by one of our favorite Bachelorette alums, Gabby Whitney. This production in this show has a little bit of everything. Personally, I think it's if Love Island USA and Below Deck had like a love baby, that's Love Overboard.
I would agree, but would you say that Love Island is a game show at the same time? Do you think that, because I feel
Yes.
like Love Overboard was very strategic on them wanting to go upside or bottom side?
I would agree with you on that. I would agree with you that it's definitely a bit more schemy. I think you don't really see that on Love Island because you see people trying to actually make a genuine connection and not just being like, "Oh, like I'll be with you because like I'm not coupled up with anyone." And
Mhm.
I feel like the people who know that it's the men that pick or that it's the girls that pick, like, it's definitely I would say Love Island is definitely a game show, but it's much less more it's, like, more a reality dating show than it is a game show. This was a game show.
Yeah. I feel like you could definitely feel it. Just we'll get
100%.
into it a little more, but I wonder, like, what game show would you pick then? Survivor?
I would pick
Who
Traders. That's a game show.
Ooh, I would not have picked Traitors, but I would still say Survivor in the sense of how are they scheming to win rather than
No, one I mean, you're right. I think like, I mean, we're getting off topic, but, like, what is another game show? Like, is that, like,
I don't
a
know.
baking show or, like,
What
Top
we wa
Chef?
I mean, on Mondays, we were watching what, Wheel of Fortune and
That's a
Jeopardy?
game show. No, that's not reality TV, but yes, that is a game show.
Okay, 2. Get us
I just
back on track.
I just also think we have a wide range. Like, you thought we were only watching reality TV? No, honey. We are watching Wheel of Fortune and oh my gosh, what's the other one?
Jeopardy?
Jeopardy!
Monday night,
Yeah.
baby.
I love it. Anyway, so if you guys don't know what Love Overboard is, a group of gorgeous singles, or as Amber likes to refer, gorgeous, wonderful singles. They don't have to be
Wonderful.
sexy.
Yes, because everybody is sexy in their own way, and that's on
Period.
period.
But a group of singles spend 9 episodes aboard a yacht floating off the coast of Malta, and 4 lucky couples get to enjoy the life of luxury on the upside. So think about where all the Real Housewives get to stay when they're on a yacht, like in those nice ass rooms, while the rest of the singles are banished to the downside and forced to cook, clean, and serve the upsiders. Which, side note, I don't think I would eat any food that any of those influencers touched because it looked disgusting.
But I love calamari. I just I'll eat it, I just didn't wanna see how it was made.
100%. But when a love triangle forms, the two competitors have to walk the plank as the chooser decides who matches with them and who goes into the water. So, eliminated singles literally plunge 30 feet into the Mediterranean Sea and, like, bye.
I was shocked that that was how they got eliminated. They literally it's like being back what Vikings were early AD.
Not you bringing in the Viking knowledge.
Well, 'cause that's what I felt like I was watching. It was like walk the plank.
I mean, like, Peter Pan, like, I'm pretty sure they had a plank there, didn't they? I don't know when Peter Pan was
Maybe
set.
not Peter Pan, but maybe a little Captain Hook.
Captain Jack Sparrow?
Oh, he's walked plenty of planks, but not for
Plenty
love.
of planks. No. No. Maybe for a love of rum, but I mean, let's kick it off with episode 1. I thought that it was insane that 1, they did not tell any of these people what
I
the
really
premise of the show was.
like, what did Alex say? What did the other productions like, "Oh, you're gonna be on a boat. It's fine in love. That's it." I feel like they needed a little bit more. They definitely had no idea what they were getting into.
Oh, 1000%. I mean, so we are met with some beautiful women, and we're first met with Bella. She's from Kansas City, Missouri. We have Enna, who is from Centerville, Maryland, represent the DMV.
Hey.
We have Gia, who is in Topanga, California. And then we also have Leela, who is from Los Angeles. She's a student. I know I didn't say that for the rest of them. But anyway, with Lexi, who was I personally really favorited her. She's
Mhm.
from Tulare, California. We have Lo, Charlotte, North Carolina. Sadie? Did we figure that out?
I
Sadie?
I think it's Today because it didn't
Sadie.
they pronounced it not the way it looked because I thought it would have been Sadie. I think it was Today.
Okay, so we have Sadie. Again, if we are not pronouncing that correctly, I'm so sorry.
We apologize.
From Morris Plains, New Jersey. Sophia from Louisville, Kentucky. So those are just the women. And I feel like telling you guys who they are real quick will like help you keep on track of all these love triangles.
Yeah, there's plenty.
Plenty of them. We have the men from Love Overboard, Andrew. Sorry, choking on my spit here because this man was ridiculous, but we'll get into that. He is from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Bo, who from Lakeville, Minnesota. David, Kansas City, Missouri. It feels like problematic people are from Kansas City, Missouri. And then we also have James, who's from Rancho Cucamonga, California. Keith, from Nebraska, didn't want to share his hometown because homeboy is a cop. Anyway, Corey, was it? Or it was Karai, right?
It was Karai.
Karai.
There was
He's from,
Oh, sorry, keep going.
no, he's from Frankfurt, Germany. That was all I was gonna say.
Well, what I was gonna say is I don't know what Alex did, but she found people with the most unique names on planet Earth. Let me tell you. I was like, how did you find these people? Definitely not
Seriously.
basic.
Definitely not. We got my boy Reese, who is also from Kansas City, Missouri, but now I'm seeing that he's leaving in St. Petersburg, Florida. So that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Tim, Boston, Massachusetts. So those are our men that we have. And who we will start off with if you want to start off on episode 1. And we don't have to like go scene by scene on this, but definitely give me your top takes from fucking every single episode.
Okay, so the only thing I feel like I really took from episode 1 was Bella. I feel like she owned that episode because of how much crying she was doing because she was on the bottom side and had to take care of everybody else. She didn't want to take care of anybody else. She only cleaned up after herself. And it was just so funny to watch because I was like, girl, have you never worked in the service industry? Like, I have, and I've cleaned up after people. It is okay. I promise. No one will bite you.
Insert the Kim Kardashian meme. Nobody wants to work anymore. Get your ass up and work.
Bella.
Period.
Yeah. She first on my screen, wasn't a huge fan, and then I came up to just loving her, and we'll get into that. Other hot takes from episode 1, Enna, stunning lady. I was like, "Girl, you are a beautiful human being." I'm so surprised that she was on the show. And
I
then
agree.
yeah, fantastic. For the men, I
I
just thought it was really funny that Jessi was like, "Yeah, I'm horny." Just announced it
Oh my
to the
gosh,
boat.
right?
And I was like, "You know what? At least a man is honest. At least he's making it clear where he is in life."
Why was he did I not mention him?
I don't I thought you did.
James.
James. Oh
James, the
my
guy who
gosh.
looks like he looks like a mini John Summit in my eyes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was the one who was like, "I'm horny," and then I think, Gabby was like, "You're a perv." I feel you. Bella's crash out, so valid. When she started crying because she was like, "I don't wanna be here." Totally feel that. If I was sold on a reality TV show, I too would freak out if I had to find that I was cleaning fucking toilet seats.
There.
I
With the
like I said
toothbrush, by the way. Did you notice that?
yeah, that's
I
a
was like,
little dramatic. No one does
I
that.
no. I feel like for any professional yachters that, well, people who work on yachts that are currently listening, please give us the tea. Are you really scrubbing your toilet with a toothbrush?
We're gonna need to interview the below deck cast. I would like to know ASAP.
These are the answers we need.
Reese, like I said, 1000% my type. Cutie patootie. I already follow him on Instagram because like maybe one day. Like I do have a friend in that area. So I have a few friends in St. Petersburg. Maybe I should
Ooh.
go visit.
Be like, hey, yeah, because you're way better than Sophie.
Yeah, exactly.
Schemer.
My first car's name was Sophie, so it's like we already like can just deal with that.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, no, the first episode, we're just getting to know the characters. I don't think anything dramatic. We did have one plank drop, and that was my boy Reese. And I was
Mhm.
very depressed about that. But Lexi got with her John Summit dupe. So it's fine.
And
Um,
and you know what? They ended up staying together the whole time. So I feel like it was just
yeah.
meant to be. But I do feel really bad for Reese because you get to go on this yacht and he was maybe on there for a day and then was stuck on Malta, which I don't think is a bad thing either.
I'm so sad I'm on Malta.
But the point is for you to be on this TV show and you spent most of it off the TV show.
1000%.
Did him dirty.
Did him dirty. My notes are not in order on episode. I know yours are. So please let
That's
us
okay.
know.
I mean, that's really episode 1, but I do have to say that Gabby is a fantastic host.
Okay, I need your favorite Gabby quotes from either the first episode or the whole entire season.
Well, honestly, my favorite quote from Gabby was on the last episode because these people are on a boat for 3 weeks, almost said 3 months, 3 weeks to maybe a month. And she goes, "What are you, lesbians?"
Pack the U-Haul, baby.
Here we go. We're already in love. We're getting married and having kids.
No, literally. And the fact that, like, I mean, we're jumping the ship, jumping whatever, jumping something over. But the fact that a lot of them said, I love you. And, like, we didn't even talk about this. So, filming started in June of 2025. And
Mm,
so, we're like, what, 9 episodes? You get maybe 2-3 days in between those episodes. So, like, 9 times what, 3? 27?
mhm.
That's like 3 to 4 weeks of filming.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I know. But to be a little bit of a devil's advocate, all they're really doing is talking to each other. I mean, they don't have their phones. So what else are they going to
They're
do? Maybe some of them are
talking.
digmatized as
I
well.
was gonna say they're fucking, like,
Mm.
that's just
They
it,
were
on a
having
boat.
fun.
They were having a boat. I wanna go back to Andrew, 29, Westchester. cute if I saw him out and about, but the
Yeah, he's
personality is not there.
oh my gosh, yes. I was like, "Men like this are out there. Good to know." It was just so weird because I feel like in other TV shows, you see that a lot from the women. So the fact that Alex Cooper, the queen that she is, was able to find it in a man, and I was like, I'm honestly, I'm so glad that he did not find anybody, as sad as that is, because I was like, "Bro, no, you're not it."
Well, I thought his and Anna's connection, like their friendship and kind of like their bond to like stick together was very cute, very nice. I will say him having a panic attack about his hair and having a producer like dead ass call his mom and he's like, "Mom, I just really need to talk to you. It's like really bad. It's so bad." And then she's like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "They fucked up my hair." If that
Yeah.
was my son, okay,
I
why
would
are
have
you
hung up.
calling me?
I'm hanging up immediately. You are
Yeah, see ya.
29. It's
Literally
hair. It'll
29.
grow back.
I
But
can't.
talking about Andrew, what did you think about Sophia trying to scheme her way up to that top side using him?
I didn't see anything wrong with it, and I don't know if that's a hot take or not because
Really?
I would have done the same thing. You saw all those other couples talking about doing it, like, looking to break like, that's the whole premise of the game. You have to break people up. If you have a connection on the downside and you wanna come upside, that's you gotta just I'm sorry, you gotta scheme your way to the top.
But girl, this is about love.
Exactly!
The
If you
prize is
love your
love.
person, you're gonna scheme. I would scheme for
No,
anyone I love.
she was not scheming for love. She was scheming for herself. Because remember, she only liked Reese, and he was already gone at that point. So who was she gonna, have fun with on the top side?
Oh,
Exactly. And that's on period. She was just trying to get her bag. I don't blame her. I do agree with you that it was a game. She needed to do what she needed to do to get out of the bottom. But it still was crazy to watch. So, shout
but
out to Andrew for picking Enna on the plank deck, that plank drop ceremony.
that plank ceremony. But, like, here's my thing. Did we know already at that point if the, like, what were they called? I think
Oh,
they
the
were called
shipwreckers?
the shipwreckers were gonna come on board?
I don't think so, but if you think about what you said about it being like Love Island, you knew that they were gonna throw in something somewhere with people coming in and trying to ruin the relationships on the top
Yeah.
side.
No, you're right. I mean, because we just mentioned it, the shipwreckers, so people who come on like during mid filming. We have Bradley from Arizona, Christine from Montclair, New Jersey, Delaney from Noblesville, Indiana, Jake, another cutie patootie, definitely my type, Nashville, Tennessee. Oh my God, he's 23, never mind. And
No.
Prasad, disgusting. Did not like Prasad.
I didn't understand the fangs. Did he get them done? I'd assume
He has
so.
fangs?
You didn't see
Was that
that?
part of that? Maybe.
Yeah.
I'll
You
look
need
at
to
him
go
later.
you need to go back to the episode that I called the quote unquote Love Island episode,
Mhm.
which is episode 4.
Okay.
That was the one where
I
they were
will go
doing all
back.
that sexy dancing. Ayy.
Ooh. He is from Boulder, Colorado, and then we have our girl Val, who is from Tampa, Florida. She looks very Tampa-esque, if I'm being honest.
I would agree. She definitely is giving beach, oceanside. That's where she belongs. But now that we've introduced everybody, I think it's a good idea to kind of talk about the couples.
Yeah. Well, also, before we get into the couples, I do
Mhm.
want to recognize that my girl Bella sent herself home, and that was the saddest shit ever. I was actually like, she was made for reality TV. That girl is hilarious.
Oh my god, yes, and I did feel so sad, especially when she was like, "I feel like the unpopular girl in the group of popular people," because
Yeah.
I feel like I felt that, where I'm like, "Oh, I'm not as pretty as some of these other people. So it was a very vulnerable moment that I really appreciated seeing on my TV screen. So, Bella, if you are happening to listen to this episode, we're Bella Stans, and we hope you find your mans. I hope he finds you, like you said, because you put in the work already.
Amber, that was the saddest thing you've ever said. You've never felt like the popular girl. I just wanna, like, hug you right now.
I mean, the truth is the truth. We're
I was
good
never
now.
popular, but I have a podcast now.
I'm doing so much better. I found my people.
Um, so we did have couples and we had our I guess the quote strongest couple we had was David and Lo starting off with day 1.
Yes, they got well, I guess how that all started was the s saying, "Yeah, I'll be paired with them," kinda thing. That was kinda
Yes, that's
weird
how
on
it
how they
started.
I didn't necessarily like that, but whatever. But they were strong. I mean, together from day 1, just for a
Seriously.
shipwrecker to come in and really put it in a swirl, I guess. Really show true colors and true feelings from
Your
Mr.
true
David.
Oh, yeah, seriously. I mean, that man, he was, like, obsessed with Lo. I thought it was very interesting how he did tell one of the other guys, he's like, "We've slept together and, like, like, a few times that I just, like, haven't finished," and that just kind of fascinated me with,
Mhm.
like, you've known these people for a little bit and you're already telling them your sex life? Like, that's kinda I
Eh,
mean, I guess I have no room to talk, but, like, I'll talk to a rock. I'll like, anyone who will listen. But I thought that was very interesting to see that and see how fast they were going. I mean, like, even by, like, day 3 or 4, I was shocked about how they were locked in.
yeah. Well, it goes back to what I was saying. They're stuck on a boat. What else are you gonna do except talk to the person you're paired up with and your, we'll say, shipmates?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's where I'm like, okay, I guess I could kinda that's where I'll give them the grace because we don't actually know how
Yeah.
much they are interacting with each other off screen or,
Mhm.
again, on video that we just didn't see.
Yeah. Um, well, I mean, do you wanna get into what happened and how the relationship ended? With the,
So this
go ahead.
I was gonna say, so this man's to you what you were saying, obviously he did his little locker room talk with his boys, and
Mhm.
to the in the confessional, he even said that he did not have that, like, sexual chemistry with Lo, but
Mhm.
he still liked her, right? In walks Val, his type, a woman, and they go on a date, and let me tell you, that date went spicy, spicy, and this man had the audacity to leave these women on the plank for 45 minutes. 45. Just for him to drop low in the water. And preceding that, important note as well, the night before the date, he had asked Lo to be his girlfriend. And he dropped low from the plank.
I will say, I mean, a blowjob that good for to cause a man to have a freak out for 45 minutes to an hour is pretty insane. So, during, one of the dates, so Val, who's a shipwrecker, comes on. She gets a date text, which is essentially like a date card. You get to take anyone you want. And so she picks David because she already kind of like has a crush on him. It's her type. And before that, Lo had freaked out on Val, was kind of like, no, we're married. That's my man. That's my man. That was not her man. And so
Mm-mm.
when they go on this date, they're doing the massage. He's hitting her with a cactus leaf, which I thought was
Yeah.
insane.
Wouldn't you get prickles in your butt?
I
It's a
don't think it has the
cactus.
prickles. I think it just has the
Oh,
bumps on it from the prickles,
okay.
which
I'm
doesn't
not
make
gonna
it
lie.
any better.
Well, that's all I could think about when they're just, like, slapping each other with it. It's like, what about the thorns on the
Honey, I have a new
cactus?
idea tonight. Like, it's so insane. But no, you're right. Like, I think I do think that Lo had every right to be mad because, like, he just kept her on there forever, and it was kinda just like his dilemma was like, "Well, your family's gonna see this. They're gonna know that I got a blow job," like, like, all that stuff.
Mhm.
So, I do not think he needed to do 45 minutes. I do think you could have made that decision in probably 10.
He probably knew it in 10 too, which was even more annoying. The fact that Gabby Windey had to be like, "Alright, David, you gotta pick. It's been too long," says something.
Yeah, I would agree. So, I mean, Overboard goes low, and now we have Val in place. So that's one of the couples we have. And all the drama that ensued from that was like a little dramatic for me. Personally, I thought that some of the girls were just like Leela was like a little bit too dramatic. Like she acted like her fucking like dog died or something like that. And that just to me was a lot. I feel like Gia also had a little bit of mean girl vibes when it came to that, and I just didn't appreciate how the women treated Val, so that's just my thought.
Yeah, and I agree with that, and that's kinda where I felt bad for Val because obviously, like, Leela and Gia got to know Lo.
Mhm,
Val's the shipwrecker. So they just didn't have the time to get to know her. I assume Val is a fantastic person. They just didn't have the
mhm.
time like they had with Lo.
Yeah,
So,
I would
yeah,
agree.
she definitely got screwed on that one. James and Lexi were my favorite couple all season because I thought they were a stronger couple, honestly, than Lo and David because they're on the bottom side. They were the bottom side the whole time. And if they made their relationship work through them having to work together and not having just time to just lay out and enjoy the sun, felt like it just made it more real. Like that is what a relationship will be more like day to day than laying out on a sun chair in the sun in your swimsuit.
No, I would agree. I mean, yeah, you kinda trauma bond together and everything, so I feel you on that. I don't really have much to say about them. I think that they were a great couple, they were very cute. I did think, I mean, I said a little bit earlier about how it's crazy that they say "I love you" to each other, but, I guess if you're going through that kind of, torment of not, really, getting to enjoy the luxuries of things, I guess you can find love in, scrubbing a toilet together.
Yeah, with the toothbrush.
Exactly. Corey and, Leela, they got taken off a little bit, but I thought they were a great couple, cute together. I just think
Mm,
Leela's, a little immature, and I mean, listen, she's 21, I too was like that at 21, maybe even worse.
same. So I get it. That's
Um,
why. So why do you think they wanted them off towards the end so early? Because I would say they were a strong couple. They were together for most of the season just
I
because
am
of how
seeing
young.
stuff No, I'm seeing stuff online that they all thought that, that was a producer thing because David and Val were bringing more drama, and, like yeah. So I kinda get it, but, I don't think all the shipmates, whatever you wanna call them, they're not
Mm,
islanders, the love overboarders, I don't think that they would've voted Corey and Leela off. So I don't know. Little
mm.
suspicious there.
Hey, I mean, reality TV is really not reality. Obviously, the
No.
producers have some say. I don't blame them. I mean, the drama was with that couple, so it makes sense to keep them.
100%. Delaney and Keith, I mean, we knew that they were already kinda split from the beginning. I thought it was very interesting that she took such a long time to kiss him, but also at the same time, if I don't like a man, I'm not gonna kiss him. She was just there to try and win, in my opinion.
Oh,
But she was a
100%.
great person, I liked her. I mean, we didn't really see her much, but she was pretty.
Yeah, she was. And you know what? She got a nice vacation for a little bit on a yacht. I would say that's still a win. She
A
still
win
got a
is a
friend out
win.
of it. A win is a win.
Yeah. Jake and Christine?
Were they the 2 that came in later, the shipwreckers?
Yes, they were both shipwreckers. They
Eh,
were also you didn't care for them? You're
I
you're
didn't get
like, "I don't even know who they are."
well, because they came in late. They coupled late. I would say Christine was more memorable because she was sticking up for Val. That's how I
Mm.
remember her, not them as a couple because they were just like a blimp in the season. It was a mini. to me, a mini relationship. It didn't have the same impact.
Fair enough, fair enough. And that leaves us with Gia and Tim, who are our spoiler alert, spoiler if you have not finished the season, stop this right now, but they are our winners.
And I'm glad that they won. I was a little hesitant at first because of her
Mhm.
relationship with Beau, because Beau was so into her, and it was
Right.
straight up was like, I'm here for you. I'm not here for anybody else." And she was like, and he had concerns about Tim, and she's like, "Oh, no, don't worry about it." And that ends up planking Beau. Concerns were validated.
Yeah, and I think Bo I mean, we see on what, episode 6 or 7 that, a few of our folks, like so the people who get planked are exiled, but then, they all go to Malta for one day, and they all go on a pool party, and they bring all the exiles back. So here's where we get to see Lo, confront Val and confront David, and here we get to see Bo confront Gia because he's like, "Why did you plank me? You owe me an apology." And it's very interesting. Actually, I think that was one of my favorite episodes, episode 7 of and I know we're bouncing around here a lot, but, like, that was a good one where, like, we really got to see some drama. We really got to see people, like, confront each other. That was good. I Alex Cooper, way to go.
Yeah, I feel like most reality TV shows that have to do with love really need that because it was cool to just be like, low key, they all got closure. They said what they needed to say, got to confront the people they needed to confront, and I was for it.
I
Just like I
loved it.
was for the end when they had basically the exiled shipmates pick the winner. I was like,
Yeah, and they had to
"Okay."
kinda, like, profess their love to them. Like,
Mhm,
that was some wild shit.
mhm.
Um, I'm looking at my notes, and I feel like hold on. Yes, I said I'm glad that they're allowing the castaways to pick the final couple because they know each other the best. I mean, think about that. Like you've said a few times because I'm in denial, but like you are with those people 24/7 for however many days. You're probably not talking to like producers as much, but I did like that they did break the fourth wall and ask like for producers. But I I do think that was a good call because they can sniff out the bullshit.
Exactly, so then I feel like they picked the best couple to win that around the world trip for a year, and I thought that was
Was it
really
a
nice.
year?
I think it was a year. It was a good chunk of time. They literally dropped everyone off on Malta and said, "Goodbye, find your own way home." They're taking the yacht around the world, is how I took it.
Wow. Um, I'm reading something right now that says there's a lot that happened on the boat. Apparently, she lives 8 minutes away. They're both in LA. What if I see them next week?
You should just DM them and be like, "Can I take a picture? We started a podcast."
What's your favorite dessert?
What's your favorite dessert? We'll make it.
um, yeah, no, apparently the Tim confirmed that the $100,000 trip they won on the show is still in the works. So all signs point to them still being together. And we're 100% planning on taking it very soon, noting that the photo shoot montage at the end of Love Overboard was just a funny little gag they did with
Oh,
production. So they haven't gone on the trip yet.
and now I feel duped as a viewer. I really thought that they had gone on that trip. I was
Oh,
like,
so
"Bon voyage. Have fun. I wish I was you."
That's so funny. That's what they wanted you to believe.
And guess what? I did. This viewer
Um,
believed.
well, now we know maybe they didn't have to use the Chime credit card.
No, they have it. It's for when they decide to use their award. Don't worry. They'll be whipping it out. Again.
Um, what were some other favorite parts of this show that you watched? I can't believe that we watched it in, like, 3 days. Like, that was a lot.
That was a lot. It goes back to what you said. I feel like what I loved a lot about the show is the cast broke the fourth wall a lot, and it just made it feel more real. And then
Mhm.
actually seeing a producer go and comfort David after what we talked about last week with the whole Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and not sure how like, if the producers were seeing this or it just didn't feel like not that they didn't care, because obviously they care, but it was nice to see them care on TV, that they care about the people who are on
Mhm.
this boat. And it just I don't know, it felt more real. It didn't feel even though obviously it's still staged, it didn't feel staged. It felt like
I
real
yeah,
love, like that these people were here to find love. Your girl
I
just
would
wants
agree
people to have
with
a happy
you.
ending.
Listen, I get it. I think that for Alex Cooper's first reality TV show, this was pretty well done. I do think that Jeff Jenkins, who is also a producer on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, a bunch of other like shows, The Kardashians, he knows how to do a good reality TV show. The quality was very good. I feel like on Love Island, we get a lot of kind of shitty camera angles, and they were really in their face when it came to these cameras. So I did enjoy that as well. Production quality, great. I will be interested to see if it gets a second season and how this changes the game of the reality TV show world.
Yeah, I agree. That was gonna be what I was gonna ask you. I really hope that there is a second season. I'm curious to see how it'll evolve and
Mhm.
if Alex Cooper and Will Productions does more in the reality love TV game world.
Well, she just announced Winter Games on her Instagram today. Yeah.
Oh,
So and that has
breaking
Huda in
news to
it,
me.
and it also has Dakota Morrison in it, and Demi. It has a bunch of people. Serena and Joe from The Bachelor are on there. It's it's a mix of people, and I'm not really sure what it is, if it's like Winter
It's pro
House, which
that's what I was gonna say. It's giving Winter House, but
mm,
with non-Bravo stars. It's sounding like ABC Hulu people. Hmm.
yeah.
Maybe
I
ABC Hulu is trying to be more like Bravo in that way.
yeah. I don't know. Oh, apparently it's live streaming. Alex Cooper is launching the 2026 Unwell Winter Games, a new reality TV show airing exclusively on YouTube. The series features 16 reality TV stars and digital influencers competing in mental and physical challenges.
Hmm, cool.
Hmm.
Be intriguing to watch.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna recap that, you guys, but I'm glad it's there.
Yeah, I
Interesting.
agree.
Any
Well,
final thoughts on Love Overboard?
I would say it was a slow start for me, but ended really well
Mhm.
and would watch and would recommend if you guys haven't watched this yet. It's worth the watch. It was really cool to watch.
Agreed. If you are a fan of those 2 shows, Love Island and Below Deck, watch It's Love Baby. I think it's good. I think it's definitely different.
Agreed. But now, since you are going to LA, somewhere more warm, maybe not so tropical, I think we need to talk about some baking.
Ooh, yes, baked goods, baked goods,
Baked.
baked goods.
Mm. So, this week, Clara and I baked a Maltese almond cookie. And the reason why we picked this cookie was on a yacht. You only got limited space. You can't have a ton of ingredients, and it has to come off luxurious. So, this recipe only had 6 ingredients overall and were cute little thumbprint esque. And it's a dessert that was based in Malta or has Malton
I think
cuisine.
I think it's just Maltese
It's
almond
yeah.
cookies. They're from Malta. That's what we're telling ourselves.
Even though they were made in my kitchen. But it was the best of both worlds. It was, like I said, 6 ingredients. It was done in less than 30 minutes, and they were phenomenal.
I do have a question.
Yeah,
Did you just Google Malta desserts and see what
obviously. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And I
Okay.
was like, "Which one seems like the easiest to make?" Because I also had things earlier in that day, and I needed a simple recipe. So shout out to the yachts for helping me filter down what type of recipe I needed.
There you go. Take us through this recipe because, personally, this was one of my favorite cookies that I've actually had.
I had 3 of them today, not gonna lie. Almonds,
Mhm.
sugar, lemon juice, lemon zest, egg whites, and vanilla. That was literally it. One of my sisters is gluten-free, so she could eat it because it's dairy-free and gluten-free, and we used my food processor and a sheet pan. Literally, that's all you need to make these cookies.
I will say it was so easy. Clara could do it. Except for the food processor part. I don't do that. But, I probably could. I actually don't know if I own a food processor. If I don't own a food processor, what could I have done?
I don't know.
Like with the
I
almonds. Like,
I mean, you probably coulda
okay.
grated them, I guess, but that sounds like it would take forever. Good thing I got 2
Okay.
food processors. You can
Um,
borrow one.
we'll put a little asterisk that you do need a food processor for this recipe.
It'll make your life way easier.
Way
But
easier.
Clara, I gotta know, do you like a chewy cookie or a crunchy cookie?
I am a chewy girl cookie through and through.
Okay, thank God, because we did make these cookies chewy because I prefer chewy cookies, and if you like a crispy cookie, I think there's something wrong with you. Cookies should not be crunchy. Anyways, we baked them for about 10 minutes, and if you are someone who likes a crispy cookie, you leave them in for 5 extra minutes, and that was it. So, yeah,
Yeah, I will say, like, I feel like if you left them in longer,
they were
I
kinda doughy.
no, it wasn't that they were doughy, it was that, you know that, like, kind of, like, bark that people make around Christmas time? It's like the saltine cracker with, like, the
Oh, yeah.
caramel or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, like, that, I feel like it would have kind of been like that, but just lemony.
Ooh. Well, I am planning on making these again for Easter to take to my aunt and uncle's, so maybe I'll try it out to spice it up a little bit.
Just see what it does, like bark.
Exactly. My only thing maybe for a key tip is use use fresh ingredients because I did use a fresh lemon, but also don't be afraid to take shortcuts. Your girl was not cracking an egg and trying to get the yolk out. I normally have egg whites in a carton on hand, so that's how I got our egg whites for this recipe. Keep it easy, simple.
How did you measure the egg white? Was it in grams again this time? Do you know what I mean? Because if it's, like,
Mhm.
1 egg white, like, how do you measure that?
So on the box, like the carton of egg whites, it said how
Mhm.
many teaspoons/grams was a large egg or 2 large eggs. So I just based the grams off 3 a large egg, which was 46 if anybody's curious.
Thank you for letting us know. I
You're
love
welcome.
that. What was your final whisk? Your, takeaway from the week, whether it was baking or the show?
I'm glad I followed my own advice from last week. I actually prepped everything for us to put together in a mixing bowl, and it just made life so much easier. So I'm going to repeat that. Make sure you prep all your ingredients so nothing is forgotten, and it makes the process of putting everything together so much easier. Clara, how about you? What's your final whisk? Baking or show related?
I think mine's gonna be show related. And I think if I go on a reality TV show, I wanna make sure that 1, I have the upper arm strength to climb, like, that wall that they did during one of those challenges, and 2, that I am not scared to, like, clean a toilet. Like, I'm good at cleaning my toilet here. I will
Yeah.
say I had, like, a great ex-boyfriend who, like, cleaned the bathroom, like, spotless every single time, and I have long hair, and so God bless that man for dealing with my shit. That's another thing. I think I would wanna clean up all my hair because I don't wanna be that, like, downsider that's like, "Oh my god, her hair's fucking everywhere." Like, I'm already like that when I go to, like sorry, dad. If I go to a man's house, like, I mark my territory by leaving my hair there, and I know that sounds gross, but it just falls out.
It happens. You've got a lot of hair,
So
so
much
it's
hair.
just bound to happen. You lose like 80 strands a day anyways. One's bound to fall out and stay.
Exactly. I mean, I'm sure my hair's at your house. My hair's probably somewhere in the, "Oh my god,
Oh,
I
it's
didn't clean the lint filler yesterday, so sorry."
it's okay, Ben got it.
Okay, great.
He'll do it on laundry day. I was gonna say, I do end up finding your hair on my clothes because of, like, you using our washer and dryer. It just stays, and I'm like, "This curly hair is not mine."
That's so gross. I'm so sorry.
It's not gross, it's technically clean. It went through the washer and the dryer. It's disinfected.
Ew. Not the disinfected hairs have the plague. Um,
Ugh.
anyway, so you guys, also, if you're wondering why the quality for the audio is different, if you made it this far, Amber and I had to re-record because we were
Yeah.
echoey,
I was
and we're learning how
echoey.
to I think it was
You
me too, it's okay. We are learning how to podcast, one day at a time. And we did take in your suggestions. Thank you, Dad, for telling me to enunciate my words. I apologize. And, if there's any other suggestions, if you guys want us to, try a different recipe, please let us know. We don't have any reviews yet. I know 30 of y'all, 28 of y'all, because I know 2 of them were me, listen to this podcast. So please rate, review.
and leave a nice comment.
Yes. Next time we will dive into the Real Housewives of New Jersey or Rhode Island. I am so sorry. The Real Housewives of Rhode Island. We'll be going through cast bios. We'll be going through the first episode, so kind of just getting to know the ladies. If you have time, I would study the map of Rhode Island now. It will take you less than 30 minutes because it's such a small state. And then we're going to touch on Hannah Montana.
Mhm. Because we did
And
do that this time.
we
Apologies.
did not, we were so tired. And then also we are going to, watch The Valley. This
Yeah,
returns this week. So if
it
you haven't watched The
does.
Valley yet, please start watching.
It's good. Highly recommend. I'm really excited for this season.
Yeah, so follow us on the Instagram. We will be posting our, video. Amber, I did finish editing that today, so I'm so excited. It's actually really funny.
Yay!
And follow us on TikTok and YouTube at Need for Reality for recipes and more chaos.
Subscribe, leave a review, and share with your fellow reality TV lovers, bakers, everybody.
And we will see you guys next time.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.